What's going on, YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with an insane deck that made day 2 at Portland this past week, created and piloted by Daniel Dempster. A Magmortar Volcanion EX deck was able to make it to day 2, and I feel like so many people have spent time talking about Toad Scroll and how, that deck made top cut, and I definitely don't want to take away from Toad Scroll. If y'all know the channel, y'all know I love that deck more than so many others. I've been playing it for the longest time, and I think it's amazing, but I think we've been sleeping on the Magmortar that our boy Daniel was able to cook up with the Magma Surge ability. During the Pokemon checkup phase, you put 3 more damage counters on your opponent's burned Pokemon. So if you could get Volcanion in the active, use Scalding Steam to guarantee burn your opponent's active, similar to how, Brute Bond works, get that status effect going. You could then evolve into a bunch of Magmortars and load up the burn damage, since it's guaranteed between every turn, and then your opponent flips a coin of heads. They do heal, but the damage is initially guaranteed. So if they flip heads and you have all your Magmortars in play, you can get a total of 140 damage between turns. And then if they flip tails, it'll be 280 on the return back. So you can pair that after you retreat your Volcanion. Since you don't want that 2-price Pokemon in the active, you could use Latias to give you the free retreat, one of your 4 switch outs, or one of your 2 Surfer cards to draw you bigger hand, and then pivot back into Budew. And when we're playing 3 Budews as well as 3 Bravery Charms and even some Defiance Bands to make these little guys swing a little bit harder, we can get some massive one-shots as well as big disruptive plays with this deck. Now, I think this deck is a super fun and super unique way to kind of give, Magmortar a bit of a time to shine. We are not playing any fire energy, but we do have 3 reversal energy. So if we need to, if we're behind, we can actually use Searing Flame and attack for potentially 120 damage if we pair it with Defiance Band. And then on top of the 140, we'd be swinging 260. Again, if they flip tails, pretty much anything is KO'd after that. So, I think with a little bit of luck and hopefully just a tiny bit of skill on my part, I'll be able to pilot this deck pretty well to give you guys a breakdown on how it went. But, Daniel Dempster, if you're watching this, just wanted to say, dog, I absolutely love this list you cooked up, and please comment down below, because if I can get you on the podcast, I would absolutely love to. Or if anyone knows him and could send this his way, I'd love to ask what it was like taking this deck on a day 2 run, because it is seriously such a fun looking deck. I'm so excited to play it. This is the exact 60 that he played to Portland. I highly doubt I'll be able to pilot it as well as he did, but I'm going to give it my best go. Now, as I mentioned, just to break the deck down a little bit more, we're playing the 2 copies of Latias to make sure we could get our Volcanion out of the active, 4 Switch, 2 Surfers, 4 Jets. The goal with this deck is that Volcanion is never in the active, but you can get a burn down every single turn to make sure you're getting good damage, good disruption with Budew, and then good burn damage with the Magmortars that this will go in tandem with. And then for the late game, we got a Bloodmoon Ursaluna sweep. Now, for the A-Spec, we are playing Precious Trolley, which is something I absolutely love in this deck, because I think one of the biggest problems is getting all these 90 HP Magmars to the bench fast enough to actually get value out of. So with Precious Trolley, you can go for one of your 4 Arven first turn, or hopefully Iono into it. You can get all your Magmars down and then get these guys evolved and ready to rumble into their Magmortar counterparts as soon as possible, load up the burn damage, and again, take some big KOs. Now, this deck is built for pure consistency. We are playing 4 copies of Arven, 4 Iono, 2 Surfer, and 2 Research to make sure that we are drawing and searching into every card we need. We've got 3 Boss and 1 Counter Catcher for insane gusting options, as well as 1 copy of Penny, which I'm assuming is a nice card to pick up Bloodmoon Ursaluna, pick up Volcanion, pick up Latias, Fez, even any basic that we need to get out of play so our opponent doesn't have an insane, perfect 2-prize KO. We really got down with Penny, and if we need to use it as a switch out, we could totally do that too. Now, I think another really nice option in this deck is to go TM Evo in that early turn. The early game item lock is super nice, but if we're really stuck, we can't get Budew out, we're trying to get our Magmortar set up, maybe we just go in with the TM Evo, maybe we leave Volcanion in the active, burn them, we know they're not taking a 2-shot, a 1-shot hopefully, and we can just go TM Evo on a play like that. I think that's a super nice option in this deck, totally viable, and something I'm definitely excited to get out there and show you guys. So, without further ado, just wanted to remind everyone that we got the Battle VIPs podcast channel and Spotify, both on YouTube and Spotify. Go check it out. We got the Battle VIPs podcast, an amazing podcast done with one of my great friends, Avery. The guy is awesome. He knows a ton about the game. He's one of my best friends in real life. Super cool guy to listen to. He's hilarious. Go check out the podcast if you want to hear more from him. And of course, I guess myself yapping a little bit. But definitely go check it out, if nothing else, because you're sick of my voice. You want to hear someone else who also is a fun guy and knows a bit about the game. We love talking about the meta scene, where the deck is going, or the the game itself is going. On the last episode, we actually talked about Destined Rivals and some of the top decks we think are coming out of that. So, you know, if you're into, you know, a little bit more of the listening while you're doing homework, cooking, eating, relaxing before you go to bed, go check out the pod. It's a great time. And yeah. With that being said, let's hop into today's video and see if we could clutch up a solid record with our boy Magmortar. Welcome to match number 1. I just got that TCG live update, and I gotta say, yo, this new holo effect is actually kind of gorgeous. I love it. I think it's so much better. You get so much of the texture, not so much of the, like, grainy little sparkles. Like, I like this. This looks so clean. Yo, even the little hollows on the cards. Oh my god, wait. Nah, everything looks actually so cleaned up. It's nice. And the V-Star thing is gone. Oh my god, I'm noticing so much. I don't even care what I'm up against. Yo, there's no V-Star marker anymore. Oh my god, this is huge. Maybe that hasn't been there in a while. I'm just noticing it right now while I'm staring at the screen looking, what do you call it? For all, like, the visual stuff, I'm just checking on what's going on in the game. I got that Destined Rivals update, and it seems we're up against a Spathra, which is another deck that got day 2 that I was really, really excited to see. Except, my hand is pretty bad. So I think what I want to do here, because they have 2 cards in their hand, I don't want to give them anything too perfectly. Kind of want to just put them under item lock. Would have loved to get an Arven top deck so that I could go, you know, TM Evo, Precious Trolley, get the ball rolling with some Magmortars. I think this is a deck we can handle. I mean, sure, we need more energy to attack based on a Spathra, but that won't really stop me if and they have the research. Oh boy. So if they have a retreat, and if they have a switch and energy attachment, we do lose. But as I was saying, like, you know, we could just deal with them with burn. I mean, Magmortar is also swinging for weakness with reversal, but we might need a little bit more than that if a Spathra's in the active, because reversal only gets 3 energy down, and, well, we would need 4. So that probably won't happen. It's just going to be a big old burn type of match. And off the top deck, I do get a Bravery Charm. Alright, well, this is insanely annoying. I mean, I guess I'll just keep the item lock pressure. We do have 70 HP. They are doing a maximum of 70 damage right now, assuming all they get is a attach retreat into Mimikyu. I mean, if they set up a Spathra and everything, that would be pretty bad too. And yeah, there's the 1 energy off Tulip, and they do have the attach retreat into Mimikyu. Now I just need to top deck some sort of amazing supporter card like Arven for Precious Trolley to get the game rolling. But I have to say, I mean, this doesn't feel great. This does feel like a scenario where, I mean, I'm gonna get washed immediately, and that is the world's best top deck. Alright, now we can hop in, play the game. I feel like I'm playing from behind at this point, but whatever. We'll take 3 Magmars, a Volcanion, and I feel like we have to go Latias here, right? I mean, I don't really have a great switch out, but I do have some Jet energies. So, you know what, if I gotta sit behind a Volcanion or something for a turn, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I definitely want to get the Latias down, because I think we could go for a TM Evo play this turn and actually burn our opponent and take a KO on their Mimikyu, which would be pretty awesome. So we've got the free retreat into Volcanion. And then I think what I want to do is Scalding Steam, so they're burned, and attach the Jet energy to the active. Or do I retreat? I could retreat into No, I already retreated. Do I Jet Latias into the active? No, I'll probably need Latias a lot too, and I can't see them swinging 220 this turn. So I think, yeah, all I want to do is just TM Evo and just get 2 of these Magmars evolved. I mean, we will have 2 in our hand, which isn't really going to help. I just need 1 of the ones in our hand, but that's fine, because we did prize 1 Magmar, but not 2 Magmortars. So we're good. Or 1 Magmortar, I guess, would have been bad if that was in the prize. Yeah, but whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. They're taking a lot of burn damage. They're getting KO'd instantly, and then they're in a bit of a tricky spot. Now, we couldn't keep the item lock pressure going this turn, but that's okay. I mean, they'll have items for 1 turn, and then hopefully from there I'll be able to pick up kind of nicely. And now we get our first supporter for the game, Arven, off the top deck, which is actually going to be a huge help here. I mean, I'll be getting maximum burn damage down. Again, I don't know if my opponent will be able to take a one-shot KO this turn. They could get more Mimikyus down. That really won't stop me at this point. I'm just going to keep them, hopefully, the item lock pressure going, and then, yeah, just roll off heavy burn. But now that I'm playing this deck, I'm realizing how tight the bench space is, right? Because I would love to have 2 Pokemon for them to deal with in a 4 Magmortar bench, but I don't think that's actually viable most of the time. Now that I'm, like, actually getting to go with this, I normally do a couple warm-up matches. I'm not gonna lie, today just kind of hopped in after work. I saw the deck. I'm like, I'm just so excited to play and record. Like, whatever, dude. Like, we'll just see what happens, and I'll learn the deck as I go. That is kind of the situation I'm in, and they're just throwing Magmortar up in the active. I don't think they're swinging for KO, but they're getting some good damage done to it. But yeah, anyways, like, I don't know how we get more than 3 Magmortars down with Volcanion and Budew, and I feel like Latias is really essential just so you could keep, the retreat on Volcanion. We don't have a instant retreat here off Latias because all of our basic Pokemon have a free retreat. So what I think I want to do this turn is Arven for Switch into Volcanion and then retreat into Budew. And then I could kind of save the jet, save everything in my hand. So we'll take the 1 Switch and probably the 1 Charm, right? Or even Defiance Band, I don't know. No, we'll take Charm right now. And we'll just start beefing up. I don't know yet. It's one thing at a time, right? Let's throw this guy here. Get my opponent nice and burned. And where does the Charm go? I mean, I feel like Volcanion, even though it has 10 more HP, that's probably the Pokemon they want to gust up more. I mean, I know Latias is solid too. We'll hopefully get another Charm for Latias at some point. I do just want to beef up these guys a little bit if I can. I don't care if my opponent takes a KO. They're taking a whole lot of burn damage. And we can't... Oh, we can Ichipan, actually. We do have a Jet Energy. And I don't even mind playing it just because... I do like the item lock pressure here, but... I don't know. We're also going to play Research next turn, and if I get, like, Reversal or something, I might want to attach that too. They're going to flip heads, which is kind of a shame, so they're going to heal out of the burn. That would have been awesome if they didn't, but it's cool. It's not the end of the world. If they go for a 2-prize KO, we can... no, again, I still can't go for Reversal because of Dazzling Gaze. We have to do this whole thing entirely with burn, which is fine. I mean, we could do that. And that Mew EX is also looking very, very burnable. Now, the single prize of Spathra is a bit more of a problem, because they prevent all effects of attacks, which actually is nothing in this deck, since we're just using abilities to poison. So you know what? Actually, the single prize of Spathra should not be too much of a hassle either. So this could work. And depending on if they play a Gusting card or something like that, we do have Counter Catcher. We could bring the Espathra back and maybe go for a Reversal Budew. Might feel a little bit better. And then that would fix all the damage and Pokemon League Headquarters. Now I don't think I can ever even use Budew if Espathra is in the active. And no, they're just going to go for the single prize Espathra. That's fine. That's totally okay here. And they go Boss's Orders. Ooh. Did they use Tulip? No, they used... Oh, if Tulip is in the discard pile, it does 140. Okay, well, that's just a KO. That's a shame. That's annoying. But we'll work around it. I mean, we're tied up on prize cards, so I can't use Counter Catcher. I don't totally remember if Rod is in the list. I think it's just Night Stretchers. Which is kind of bad, because I'll have both my Magmortars and a Magmar in the discard pile, and one is still prized. So yeah, let's take a big KO here. And actually, yeah, am I able to do anything right now? I'm not sure. I'll throw this guy up. We always go for the burn. But now I'm only got, 3, 6, 8, and then 9 damage? Yeah, I actually don't know if I could pull this off here. I mean, I could go Nest Ball, but what would Nest Ball give me that could fix this? I don't think anything, right? I mean, I could go Fez, but I don't see that helping me too much right now either, just because I do want to get a third Magmar back. I just feel like that guy is so essential to getting good damage done. I'm not sure. Maybe I do take, like, a Fez here and I draw 3. I don't know. Fez doesn't feel awesome. How many Night Stretchers are in the deck? We got 3 Night Stretchers. Yeah, no. I think we take the Night Stretcher out. We'll save Fez for later. Because I'm going to need to get back these Magmortars. I'm going to need to get back... I got none of it. I did get a Fez, though. Funny enough. Okay, so then, you know what? They'll just take another KO this turn. I'm going to get Fez. I need to start bringing some of those Pokemon back. I feel like Rod would be so nice here, but maybe I'm going insane now. So, I mean, I don't know this deck as well, so I don't know what's going on. We'll just get the Espathra burned up with Scalding Steam. And then, I guess, just keep heavy item lock pressure and almost hope they flip tails, I'm guessing. Right? And we could smack a Reversal Energy down on... I mean, I guess, this Magmortar here really doesn't matter, huh? Yeah, let's just do that. I need to save a little bit of energy just for a late-game Bloodmoon Ursaluna, for sure. Like, that's a definite. And then we go Ichipan for 0. I'm not doing any damage, but I am keeping the item lock pressure. So I think we definitely keep this little Budew in the active. They take the KO. I do get Defiance Band, which actually becomes super, super relevant. And they're going to flip out of literally every single burn. Okay, this is annoying. I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but this is... I mean, I don't know what I expected. Yo, Dan, my guy Dan Dempster, dog, how did you pull this off? It is amazing. And I'm so curious. They're just taking down the Magmortors, leaving my 2-prize Pokemon in play. That's fine, though, right? Do I ever recycle Budew here? Go Penny on Budew. That could be kind of fun. Let's throw, again, Volcanion up. We do have a guaranteed KO, because we're doing 5 damage counters. You got 40 HP left. Yeah. We got minimum we have as a KO, which is good. So I think what I want to do here, maybe Iono you down to 4, right? And just give you a new hand, tell you to figure it out. But then I can't recycle Budew, and I really do like the Defiance Band Budew play. No, because I don't need to do that now. You KO Budew at this point. Maybe I'll leave Volcanion in the active just because I know it gets Henka hit. And I dig for... I like that, actually. We'll leave Volcanion in the active. This is not a deck I'm worried about one-shotting me, so I'll keep the Penny. I'll let them get some damage on Volcanion. They've used a bunch of bosses. They might not have much more. And I think here, there's a lot of cards on the bottom of the deck that are nice I don't need right now. What I want to do is search out those Night Stretchers so I can start getting some Magmars back, and I'm still not going to get them. Okay. That's annoying, but that's fine. Let's... What are we doing for now? I don't think anything. I think just burn KO. Call it a day. I don't have any sort of draw, which is whatever. I mean, there's the whatever. This prize card is gonna change everything in the game. So we'll just pass, right? Just let you die from burn. Call it a day. I mean, I guess Volcanion does have 1 energy, so the Espathra could swing a little bit harder, which is annoying. But I mean, again, we'll figure it out. And I get another Ultra Ball, but I don't have really any more Pokemon that are gonna save me. I mean, you got Pokemon League headquarters, so like your own Mimikyu and stuff will be a little bit harder to use. But I think here you're just trying to get so much energy down into Espathra, and I'm hoping off the Iono, which I do play an insane amount of, it'll be hard for them to work around. And they're actually just gonna bring back 2 copies of Boss's Orders from the discard pile with a PAL pad, and they have the energy in hand. So this Iono, for them, seems to be a bit better than my own, which is fine for now, as long as I could top deck something amazing. I don't know what that would look like, but I mean, I'm sure it's there. Clefairy, that's another Pokemon that's going to need another extra energy with this Pokemon League headquarters. I'm not too worried about that. That's an easier Pokemon to KO with limited burn, since my opponent did take down the Magmortors very well. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to like navigate myself. Oh my god, I literally gave him everything, and we get Iono'd ourselves. Thank gosh, because my hand was awful. My lord. I'm trying to figure out how to work through this, and we finally get a Night Stretcher. Okay, now we're gonna figure this out. My opponent is getting a Defiance Band down on Lily's Clefairy. I don't think they're swinging for KO yet on Volcanion. If they did get another boss KO on Volcanion, we'd be in trouble. I think at this point we really just have to hope we dodge boss. We do have a lot of HP left though, which is pretty solid. And I don't think I can go for a KO. So what do? We definitely Night Stretcher my Magmar back, right? And there's 3 Magmortars in the discard pile. Yeah, I'm gonna need at least 1 more Night Stretcher next turn. Okay, awesome. So we love when Night Stretcher breaks the game. Nope. Okay, somehow that worked out. Just clicking cards and praying. Stuff lives is always solid. Let's get our opponent burned here. And then I can free retreat into Budew for the item lock. They're taking 5 damage counters. Is there anything solid worth doing for me? I don't think so. I think this is one of those turns where I kind of just put Charm on Fez, make that guy a little bit harder to KO. And, I mean, I don't hate Surfer right now, and I could save the Arven, which guarantees me Night Stretcher for Magmortar. Always feels pretty good. And I could just fall back on a Budew. Like, yes, it has 10 HP, but they have to KO it at some point. If not, I'll just keep putting them under item lock pressure. So I'll draw 3 cards off the Surfer, and I get Defiance Band, Switch, Ultra Ball, honestly. Not bad cards. I could totally rock with those. I think we just... Pokemon League headquarters and Espathra. Forgot there's 2 of you now. That's fine. I still think... I could retreat into, like, Fez. There is a world where you don't KO. You're doing, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 150. Espathra's in the active, so that means they can't Xatu to it. And I do like the item lock. I mean, I could go into Fez. No, actually, I can't item lock. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I think I just go into Fez because you can't one-shot. I don't think. And then pass. So, the reason we can't Budew, I don't have 2 energy attached, right? So I think just sitting behind Fez and denying my opponent a prize card, and they're literally going to flip out of every single burn. This is a nightmare. This is insane. I can't do anything about this. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh my lord. Okay. So what do we have to do? We have to fall behind on prize cards, get hopefully 3 Magmars in play, or Magmortars in play somehow. And then I'm going to have to go for a boss KO on Mew EX with a good attack with Magmortar. Do the 90, and then guarantee the burn from Volcanion, and then the rest of the burn damage should come from the other Magmortars. I'm going to get Iono, so I don't even have a guaranteed Magmortar in hand now off my Arven. That's a shame. And no, I lied. I still got Night Stretcher. Honestly, Night Stretcher Bloodmoon Ursaluna might be the best thing to ever happen to us right now. And a Rod. I mean, I think a Rod would make this deck amazing, but hey, I mean, I can only prep so much. You know, I did forget about Bloodmoon, actually. Bloodmoon does potentially turn this whole game around because we swing 240, so that plus a burn is guaranteed KO on a Spather, and there's the whiff on the KO on Fez, which I was hoping would happen. So that, I can't research away this hand because I have another Night Stretcher. That's sweet. It's okay, though. We just take this guy out. Oh my god, but if I retreat into... If I research, I lose Bloodmoon Ursaluna for the rest of the game, and I lose my last Night Stretcher. So I'd have to finish the game with what I've got on the board. Oh, that's so bad. That is so... How much HP do they have left? Too much, to be honest. 90. We're doing, I think, 80. 6, 8. Oh my god, we are doing 80. Oh boy. Then there's no world. I mean, I guess I could have gone in with Budew if I touched the reversal energy to it, but that felt awful as well. You know what? Maybe... No, I don't really want to retreat into Latias. That would be bad. Because if my opponent does get the KO on that, that'd be much more problematic. I think I have to hope. I think I have to pray. They flip so many tails in a row. It's about time. Or flip so many heads in a row. Right? Because if I Night Stretch or something... Got 2 in the discard pile. I'm pretty sure we only play 3 in the list. So 1 Trolley. I do have research. I don't think I can afford to lose Bloodmoon. I think all I do is just give you 2 prize cards. Except that maybe... I don't... No. Yeah, this is probably what's best. And you just need to flip tails here. If you don't... My opponent has to have a weighted coin. Their coin has to be so weighted, it's not even funny. That's actually insane. Like the fact that we could not take a single KO and they go boss on what? Actually, you know what? Them taking 1 prize card might actually change everything. I'm not gonna lie. They actually might have thrown there by not taking 2, because I'm gonna try to still 2-4-6 them. How many jet do we have left? We should have 1 more jet energy left in the deck, right? Yeah, we got no more. I don't even care about reversals. Let's throw a Magmortar. Just guarantee our KO with the burn. And we're going to do the rest of this with a Bloodmoon Ursaluna and a prayer. Yeah, we always bench this guy. Just so we can start getting some energy onto him. I love the Iono route. Do I even need a Night Stretcher for anything? Like, for what? I don't care at this point. I mean, I'll keep it in the deck. I think we just go Iono, then research. I've got guaranteed KO with burn. So if I could get 1 more energy for Budew to Itchy Palm, that would feel pretty cool. Also, Penny's really nice to have. But I don't even know if I have 2 more energy left in the deck, and I might need them on Bloodmoon Ursaluna. What do I get? Surfer? That's pretty good, too. How much energy do you need to attack? You need 3. And then that would be 5, so that's, like, pointless here. I think all I do is just attach to Budew. I'll burn you. Just because funny burn deck. And I think I just apply item lock pressure, even though I give you a prize card here. And I'm okay with this. It opens up a bench space, right? Because I could take a Magmortar out of the prize cards if I get Magmar. Or I could take a Magmortar out of the deck with my Night Stretcher if I get Magmar right here. Right? Oh, thank gosh. Thank gosh. That was going to be so bad if I whiffed. Okay. Now, how do I do the rest of this? I pretty much just hope they KO and I get a boss. Could they take... If they take 2 prize cards, actually, I could go Countercatcher Game with Bloodmoon Ursaluna on Mew or Clefairy. Both of those would be fine options for us. We have to see. We have to see. This is the most stressful deck I've played in a long time, though. I'm not going to lie. I've never banked on coin flips this hard in a while. I've played, don't get me wrong, in Sword and Shield, I played my more than fair share of Ambipom. I know how to flip a coin and bank on a coin. My gosh, have I not had this type of stress in a while, though. And you're going to get Tulip. Oh my god, you could get the single prize of Spathra. You know what? If you have that plus Countercatcher and you take a 2 prize KO, we just Arven Countercatcher Game, I believe, if that's even in the deck. But we could check with Nest Ball. If Countercatcher is one of my last 2 prize cards, I mean, I'll cope. I'll cope hard. That's that. And yeah, use Sideball. So you're going to take 1 prize card here. So Bloodmoon Ursaluna is not even close to being ready to attack. You could win next turn. So an Iono to 2 does feel pretty nice. We always promote Volcanion. It doesn't even matter if I penny her because there's 2 2-prize Pokemon that are very easy to take out at this point. And we've got 90 HP, yeah, and you've got 110. So yeah, there's nothing good. 2 energy are needed. But that becomes 4 if it's in the, or 3 I guess if it's in the active, just because of Pokemon League headquarters. Assuming I could have bossed around what I'm staring at. I don't think that's the play. You know what, actually, what I will do, though, is play Nest Ball, see if I got Countercatcher in the deck, because it's always good to know. And then I'll bench Magmar. We don't have Countercatchers, so that is either used or prized. And I have, we used it. Okay, well, that's good. Well, if that's the case, I mean, we got some Boss's Orders, which feel pretty cool. So let's just, and we got 2 Jet. Oh, that's actually really good to know. 2 Jet energy left. Okay. Let's bench Magmar. And let's go Iono. And then I've got Fez. But Iono to 2. They top deck a 3rd card. Feel alright. I mean, yeah, I guess we could have gone for like a Budew play. I really didn't want to give him a single prize Pokemon, even because, like, I don't have Countercatcher. It just feels kind of pointless. I'll just flip my script. Draw 3 cards and I get Boss's Orders Ultra Ball. That's awesome. Okay, now I could go into a single prize Pokemon, right? Like, do I ever give him Magmar here? Because even if they get Clefairy is Rondo, so it's 100, 120. Ah, man. I mean, I could go Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Because this Magmortar damage, it could only be relevant. I only need 1. And have Arven. No, I need Arven for Night Stretcher and Boss, kind of. So maybe I retreat into Magmar. And I just hope they take the KO so I could go Boss and hopefully find an energy there. Yeah, let's give him Magmar. Let's give him the 1. My mentality, it's not perfect, but what I'm thinking, right, is I need to flip the script into Jet energy to attach to Bloodmoon Ursaluna, because when they have 1 prize card remaining, I'm going to need, I would need 2 energy. Oh my gosh, I was going to say I'll boss up Mew for game. But this Pokemon League headquarters is causing so many problems. They finally stayed burned for more than 1 turn, which is good, though. Because, again, that Bloodmoon Ursaluna, a threat. I just don't have the energy for it. And they go boss for game. That's oh, my God. If literally any of those early coin flips could have been tails, this could have gone so differently. But, my God, were these coin flips not my favorite. That's unfortunate. Really nothing I can do about it. It's super close, match number 1. Let's take it to match number 2 and see if I can turn our luck around just a little bit. Welcome to match number 2. I open up, honestly, decent start. I got Budew, a Nest Ball, Latias, some good energy, and a research. So you know what? This actually isn't the end of the world. I think just because of kinda... We got 4 Magmars, we got 4 Magmortars. Tell me I got Arven Trolley, the rest we figure out. This is prize checking for what? The match is either going to work or it's not, right? I think what I want to do is Nest Ball for Magmar here, just so I could try to beef up this guy with the reversal energy and just take full advantage of all of the energy I do have in the deck. I am going to Charm Budew. I don't know what they're going to swing with, but I don't mind smacking a Charm on it right now. And then I think we just pass. over to my opponent. Leave Budew in the active spot. It's a good pivot. It's got 80 HP. If they go Fan Rotom, no, I have no idea what they're playing. If they go Fan Rotom, we actually do live with 10 HP if they're able to go Assault Landing for 70 and get a Stadium down. This Nest Ball is going to tell me everything I need to know about what my opponent's got in store for me. So if I need to go boss and I've got a solid, I top deck the Precious Trolley, I'll go boss's orders and I'll buy myself a little bit of time. They're playing Joltik Box. Ooh, we could deal with this deck, right? A little bit better on the coin flip luck, and I think we could deal with this deck because Pikachu EX means nothing to me at all. I mean, all I do is just burn it. I don't care about its ability. I'm not KOing you with damage almost ever. Like, that's fine. It's thankfully not gonna make me need 17 energy on Bloodmoon Ursaluna in the late game. So that's awesome, too. I mean, yes, Ampy very much is a problem, but, I mean, Iron Hands is something we're totally prepared to deal with a, whatever the Seer attack is on Magmortar, plus a Volcanion Burn. I mean, that's an instant KO that way. So this all feels pretty good, honestly. Now, my opponent is going to pull off the turn 2 Jolting Charge. They did beef up Iron Hands to 280 HP, and it seems they're going to look for the double Ampy very much play, which is something I got to worry about, but something I am willing to work around. Now, this is probably going to be a research angle for us. I want to draw as big a hand as possible. There's really nothing I could do boss-wise to KO an opponent that would be annoying. I guess I could bring up Iron Hands, right? Like this guy. And there's not much they can do unless they get Crispin, and then they can arm press. But, I mean, that doesn't feel totally worth it. I think I'd rather just research because I'd be in the same exact spot as I am right now. This feels a little bit better because I could still take the KO on Joltik while leaving Budew in the active. So I think what I want to do is just bench everyone here. I don't know if I need to play these charms yet. I'm going to hold on to them. What I am going to do is I'm going to jet Volcanion to the active, and then I just have the retreat back into Budew. So I can at least take one prize card, because honestly this prize card might be super relevant. I have no idea. So I am going to retreat back. So we got the Itchy Pollen KO since there's 2 damage counters guaranteed, and we're starting to have a baby Pokemon. It's not the end of the world I didn't get Magmortars down. And then, yeah, boom. Sweet. All right, so we'll take our 1. And if they Ampy very much, we still can take a KO with a Magmortar and enough burn damage. I don't know. We'll see. A Nest Ball. Actually, Nest Ball is pretty sweet here, too, because that could get me Fezandipiti, which, depending on what my draws are, might be exactly what I need. So we'll see what they got. They just need 1 energy to go Ampy very much. I'm sure they got a Crispin play. Now, all the items in their hand are completely useless. So what I could look into is Defiance Band on Magmortar, because we swing. If I get 2 Magmortars down, burn, we do 80 damage. Magmortar does 90, so now we're looking 170. And then if I play Defiance Band, we're looking 200. That's not a KO on Iron Hands. It's a KO on Mew EX. And based on the setup, I need to take out Iron Hands as soon as possible, just because it's got 4 energy needed for the Ampy very much play. And there's another Joltik down, which is good, because that might be how I even up my prize cards back, assuming they leave it in the active and I don't have access to boss's orders. I am going to try to keep this counter catcher in the deck for a late game KO on Mew EX, now that I know Magmortar is going to be a much better attacker. But the thing we have to dodge is the 8 quadrillion boss's orders in this deck, and there's probably not a great way to deal with Iron Hands right now. Huh. No, I don't think so. Okay. Now, I might have missed math somewhere in that vision about how much damage I could do. I don't think it's 280. That's such a big top deck, because Arven could get me Ultra Ball, which guarantees me 2 Magmortars. So I think what I have to do here is go Nest Ball for Fez, and I have to see if I could get the other Magmortar or an Ultra Ball so that I don't need to do that. And I don't guarantee it. Okay, so we'll put the energy here. We're doing 90. I mean, honestly, Iono doesn't even feel too bad either, since we're not KOing. We're not one-shotting anyways. Now, if I burn right now, it doesn't actually matter, because if I put Magmortar down, we still get Magma Surge. So right now it's at 5. I would really love to get 8 damage counters down. So maybe I do like the Iono route. Just to draw myself a full 5, knock them back down to 4. Doesn't feel awful. Kind of limits what they have to work with. I mean, Nest Ball... I mean, if I went Arven, I could take Ultra Ball, like TM Evo, and I could just Ultra Ball that away in a Charm, I feel like, at this point. And that would get me 2 Magmortars, but it doesn't really get me a great attacking Pokemon other than my own Magmortar, which I don't really like. I'll definitely put the Defiance Band down here, though. Right? because it's there would be 8 damage, and then 9 would be 170, 200, but then it would be 8 on the return if they flip tails. We would actually KO with Magmortar. We do dodge Ampy very much. You know what? Actually, no, we do go Arven here for Ultra Ball. Because if they flip tails, this is so massive. And we gamble our heart and soul away on these. I don't have TM Evo in the deck. Okay, so what do I get rid of? Ultra Ball away. Honestly, 2 charms. No, just a charm and a switch. I'll keep 1 charm, just in case there's a threat that could take out Mew or Fez. Although, you know, they're pretty much useless at this point. We'll just take our Ultra Ball. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe double charm was the play to get rid of there and keep the switch. Not the end of the world. They're gonna take 8 damage counters of burn, and I am gonna promote a Magmortar, but I am gonna swing for 120. So now, as long as we can see a little tails flip, it's not going to be much my opponent can do. Thank gosh! Oh my god, so much better than last time. So yeah, now they're at 200. Wait, what? Did they? I'm confused. Why did they flip 2 coins? What? Oh, to reburn them? Wait, did I just... Thank gosh, they just flipped another tails. Why did you flip? You're supposed to take burn before. 8 damage from the burn. 90 damage, 120 plus 80. Yeah, the math is right. I did my math, so I don't know why there was 2 coins flipped. I guess it was to reburn you with Searing Flame, but that shouldn't have mattered because you were already burned, so I don't understand. I don't know. That confused me so much. You do have the Latias for your treat, and then you could heal up your Iron Hands and Galvantula EX. That's nuts. That's a crazy tech card. But you retreat Iron Hands here, and it's like you're forced to arm press KO a Magmortar, which feels awful because then I could go back in with Budew and try to item lock KO with burn again. So this is interesting. This is an interesting situation I've got my opponent in. They also might not even have an energy or something at this point, which is kind of nice. So yeah, they're going to use the retreat, make sure their Iron Hands doesn't fall, which is smart. That's something they absolutely have to do. This could be a turn I go counter catcher just to take out that Iron Hands because it has so much energy, especially if they don't have another great way to get energy down. But if they go Crispin, they don't go Boss here, which means Magmortar, they either take just 1 prize card off of, or they don't totally KO. Both of those outcomes, honestly, I'm pretty okay with. I really hope they do go Amp, though, and leave me with 10 damage, so that they can take 2 prize cards later at some point. No, they go Arm Press to guarantee the KO. That's smart. All right, that's fine. Because we got Volcanion in the active. We got a Boss KO on their Iron Hands. They do have another amp ready, but 160 or 140 or 120 is not enough to really KO anything. So maybe I don't even go in with Budew yet. Maybe I try to get Bloodmoon. No, I don't even know if I have another Pokemon to go into actually, because I'll have to Iono. Let's just counter catcher this guy up for now. No, I do need to swing with something though, because we'll only have 6. So this actually I might have to Budew, give him another 2. That's annoying. Oh well. I have to assume I could get Budew down. So that's a thing. And then we do have Charm. Charm doesn't feel great anywhere yet, so I'm not going to. Neither does Defiance Band. I could go in with another Magmortar if I pull out another Reversal Energy. That would be massive. That would be massive. And I do have my free retreat off Latias. Yeah, I guess Reversal Energy or Budew. I feel kind of alright as long as I can pull those out of my back pocket. I actually don't get either right there. And Bloodmoon Ursaluna, they take in 3 prize cards, so it's only 2 energy needed for you to attack. I need them to take just 1 more prize card. We get another Magmortar or Ultra Ball. I don't mind the Ultra Ball here. I could get rid of Iono. I could get rid of Iono. I mean, he got Mew for restart. I do like the Surfer. Surfer draws me a lot of cards. We definitely need Magmar down. I'm trying to think, like, if I Budew, I only do 10 damage. You have 80 HP, which also feels pretty awful. Not gonna lie. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe I just pass here. Maybe that Magmar is scary, because if they go Boss KO on Magmar with the Amp, that's terrifying. But whatever, I already dug this grave for myself. So, just in case you go Iono. Do I put Bloodmoon down? No. Yes. Yeah, you can't attack. I think I just pass. And hope you don't have Boss. I mean, I Iono'd you to, little Tails Flip, actually get KO'd on the reverse. Oh, that's so big. Okay, match number 1, I couldn't get any coin flips going my way. Match number 2, things feel so much better. Now, they definitely can ruin everything. They have Arven that's not counter catcher though, and you do need to go Latias. Latias is for your treat to stop your Iron Hands from getting KO'd, which is so annoying, but whatever. It's what happens when you don't get Budew Defiance Band or Reversal Energy for your Magmortar. So I mean, hey, we're trying our best. And they get Prime Catcher. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. So they still can amp, which means I have to Iono to 1, and then somehow close the rest of this game off. You got 280 HP, that's fine. I got Bloodmoon Ursaluna and a Dream, right? Because this guy, you've taken 5 prize cards. Yeah, there'll be nothing left. And you get rid of your own Bloodmoon Ursaluna. That's so nice to see, actually. And you can play your Vessel, get some extra energy attached, because I'm hopefully going to stop you. You got no electric energy. Oh my god, that Galvantula can't even attack right now. Well, that's big. And you restart for 1. Yeah, please, I hope you draw absolutely everything you need. I'm surprised they didn't... Oh, no, they did already. Prime Catcher. I was going to say Prime Catcher before restart. They already did it. Gosh, that's so annoying. Totally forgot about Prime Catcher being an A-spec, and that means they could have gone Arven or Boss for KO. Maybe that Magmar play was awful. I have no idea. All I know is I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can, and I do have a KO this turn with Bloodmoon, and Penny could bail me out. That would always feel nice. I cannot handle getting another Magmar down unless I get Charm, which I only have one more Charm in the deck. I think it's still in the deck. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to Ultra Ball for it just in case it's not in the deck. I'm just going to Iono to 1 here and then flip the script, and we should be able to do our thing pretty nicely. I do get Budew, Surfer, Night Stretcher. Okay, Jet's pretty cool too. All right, let's burn you up, get 5 damage counters down, and then Bloodmoon does swing for free, right? Yeah, perfect. Let's flip the script. Draw 3. Anything absolutely necessary. Precious Trolley, a little late. I feel like I could have used you so many turns ago. But here we are, 2 games, no Trolley. Oh, no, match number 1, actually, Trolley is the top deck that saved me to be able to play the game, which is way too late. All right, whatever, that's fine. Let's retreat into Bloodmoon, and let's use Bloodmoon again. Okay, actually, next turn we can use the Bloodmoon attack 1 more time if necessary, just because it's so easy for me to retreat Switch or retreat Surfer. You know, retreat Penny would be amazing, actually. You know, something like that. And out of the prize cards, you already know what it is. Penny. So we'll see what my opponent puts in the active. They got 1 card in hand, card off the top deck, and then they got a 3rd for restart. Assuming none of those draw them more, they go tandem units to bring up some electric Pokemon, then the deck, shuffle it up. Solid, no, they fail it. They just wanted to shuffle the deck. So that means something in their hand off. The hand before I just Iono'd, like, right? That's something that was literally just in their hand was great. They need to get it off top deck. I'm assuming it's like a boss's orders or something. Right now, they do have Arm Press for game on Magmortar. They go Pokegear, please. You have 27 cards left. You definitely could pull out one of your 17 quadrillion boss's orders, right? I mean, if you don't, honestly, I feel like we close this game out so nicely, actually. And the fact that they've been sitting here staring at this Pokegear for more than, like, 3.3 seconds now, it's for what? It's for what? And this is not a new Rapid Vernier. Wait. Doesn't that take all your energy off? Are you just doing random things just because? Because I hate when people do that. Or are you going to misplay? I could see a world where they misplay, and you go boss for, yeah, no, you were just doing stuff. No, I can't give that to you! I did. Man, I wasn't quick enough. I was going to say, I can't give that to you, just doing random stuff for no reason. You had it with Iron Hands. Oh, maybe they didn't have 2 electric energy attached. I don't know. Welcome to match number 3. I did give my opponent a mulligan, and it seems they're playing the Slow King deck. Oh my gosh. I also think at this point the problem is just me with the deck. You know, I think it's totally user error, and it's not the deck itself, it's just the person using it. I could get 2 more Pokemon on the bench because Bloodmoon is there, which is awful. I think here is a situation we probably look to go Budew, and Lord knows I'm going to need Volcanion, so let's just get these guys down. And then, what do? We probably just pass. I mean, I don't mind Bloodmoon in the active here. I mean, you know, I could retreat into something. I'm going first, so it's not like I could Itchy Pollen yet. It's pointless to go. I guess I could have gone Volcanion. Gotten some burn damage down. Alright. That's probably a misplay on me. I don't think it changes anything. I mean, actually, no, it does, because if they flip tails, that Budew would have died. Oh, my gosh, I'm throwing. I'm down 2. I've dropped under baseline at Arceus from that last game, and here I am throwing the rest of my points away. Well, oh well, good thing the ladder resets in like, 12 hours at the time of the recording, so that's always nice. That's insane. Oh well, I mean, not the end of the world. We got 2 boss KOs on Squawk and Fez. I just need to take 2 single press KOs, and when I got Budew and Tetsugiri or Slow King in play, that is looking very possible. And they'll just go in with their own Ichi-Pal and item lock. Now, why I did not do the same thing is beyond me. Lucky enough, I did get a Magmortar top deck, so I can retreat into Volcanion, Burn, KO, and I'll just act like my opponent flipped heads in between that last Pokemon checkup so that I can cope and not feel awful about myself. So we'll KO their Budew, take 1 prize card, no, they don't get access to flip the script because we did not take a KO on our turn. We took a KO during the Pokemon checkup phase. So they actually will not be able to draw 3 cards off the flip. They will be able to attract customers, however. I'm just saying, I wouldn't hate an Iono. As long as I can deal with 1 more single press Pokemon, get a couple boss KOs, we'll be chilling. And there is the Slow King top deck, or at least play. So now they just need 1 amazing Pokemon and 1 more energy, and they should be looking good for a big attack, depending on what they discard. Now, there is a 2 press, oh my gosh, Pokemon in the active spot. So, it is very likely that they're able, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't hate Annihilate to just instant KO both. I'm trying to think if there's another Pokemon they could have gotten that should have made me play the Bravery Charm. I'm not sure. I know there's Kyurem, which could take out Magmar and Budew, take 2 prize cards, which is probably just as bad. You know what? Whatever. We're already here. And they got rid of an energy. Did they attach an energy this turn? No, that was... Why didn't they play that energy? This guy right here. Maybe they're looking for counter gain, something like that. I don't know. They're just gonna Clairvoyant Sense to the other Slowpoke. You must have 1 more energy, right? Maybe don't have a way to retreat Tetsugiri. Jet. Jet to active. So you don't need a way to retreat Tetsugiri. That would do it. Do you have a Pokemon in your hand? Of course you do. It's Slow King. Why would they not? Their deck and consistency are clearly better than mine. They are going to play the Kyurem, and they are going to get 110 damage spread between a couple Pokemon. I'm sure they'll take out Magmar Budew. Or do they double up and go Volcanion? Ooh, interesting. Okay, now we definitely need some value out of this Charm, because I am going to smack it down on Volcanion. Yeah, that Budew, turn 1 Budew misplay is also kind of nuts. Good job, Chris. You're playing well today. Playing very well today. Let's get this Charm here. Still got no supporters to use, so that's always fun. So then I think in a situation like this, we just get rid of you, and go in with the Fez, because why not flip the script when I got nothing else to play in my hand? I get Night Stretcher Magmar back, which honestly doesn't even feel too awful, just because I could Charm it and stop it from getting KO'd by Slow King again, because it would be at 140. All right, let's flip first. What am I dealing with? Can I get Reversal so that I could just KO something right now? No, but I do have Research, which also feels pretty good. I'm doing 5 burn damage. No, I don't guarantee Reversal and Defiance Band this turn, so I could get a KO and Squawk. I am going to try to take it out, though, so I'm going to take a Magmar out of the discard pile, put this guy on the bench, smack a Charm on it. We're going to go Counter Catcher on... I think we definitely go Squawk here in case I could pull off the world's most miraculous play. I do have a... Yeah, we burn, and do I ever switch into a different Pokemon? I don't totally know. Could put Arven on top. Really don't think I'll need it. Could switch into something. Also don't think I'll need it. I think we just research Reversal, Defiance Band, and oh my god, we didn't hit Defiance Band. That's okay though, right? Because we're doing 90 plus 5. No, we're just short, I believe, actually. Well, that's a shame. If I charmed the Magmar, we would have KO here. That's good. That's good. Do I even bother then? Because, right, we're doing 90 plus 5 is 140. I mean, if they flip Tails, they do get KO'd. Assuming they don't just retreat or have a Jet energy, which they probably do. I mean, I'll attach the Reversal here just because it feels kind of nice. And I think we do retreat probably into Bloodmoon, just because that's the tankiest Pokemon at this point that I don't mind getting discarded if nothing great happens. And then I think I just pass. Let Squawk take some damage. If they can't move it out of the active, there is a world. Nope, they heal from the burn. Okay, no, because then we're still whiffing the KO with Magmortar. But now I have guaranteed Defiance Band off Arven. Yeah, if they can't move it out of the active, I think we still go into Magmortar. I mean, we have a free retreat off Latias, so I think we're okay. And yeah, they just got the rescue board, so they could always pivot that thing. And we wasted our counter catcher, but I researched, so it really wasn't a waste. We got good damage down on Squawk just in case. And they go their own research, looking for their own jet, and they get rid of Annihilate. Oh, that's big. I feel like that's the one Pokemon that could have taken a KO on Bloodmoon Ursaluna, but if they did that, they actually would have given me a prize card too. They would have dropped down to 2. I would have had 4. I mean, I don't know. I think at that point we just go Iono and pray, assuming we could even draw it off to flip the script. And yeah, they got the guaranteed attack with Slowking, assuming they could get a Pokemon on top because they have the retreat with Squawk. They got 2 energy down. Kyurem isn't going to do much of really anything right now either. Now, they do have Vessel 2 to get more energy. Do you not have another Pokemon? Tell me you whiffed the Pokemon. You could have. I mean, there's only a couple. You probably have another Kyurem, but that doesn't feel awesome. Could set you up, though. Could set you up to take a massive turn. But if I could just Iono my way out. Especially, Iono now would be so nice because you just Vesseled for 2 energy. For 1 energy. So that's probably the last energy in your deck, if I'm not mistaken. Because you maybe have 1 or 2 more in your hand. Yeah, there's the 1 from hand. And a Night Stretcher for Annihilate. No, for Kyurem. Oh, they're going big. Alright, I respect it. They're not going for a KO, though. They don't want to give me access to flip the script. They're just smart. If they give me access to flip the script, I mean, I could just try to draw Iono and just close it out from there. So they probably have game in hand. Okay. Alright. Well played. Well played. So then how do I do this? My counter catcher's down. I don't have guaranteed boss. Can't take a KO on anything. Oh, man. I don't know, but it doesn't feel great. I mean, I probably just go into Magmortar, right? Take a KO that way. Hope I top deck boss for Iono. There's too much stuff that is damaged right now. Oh, my lord. And I get Iono top deck. Wait a second. Right? Because then we retreat here. I have jet energy, so I can bring Magmortar back. Although, no, it does. I need to guarantee the burn. Definitely go Night Stretcher. Need to pull... That was the wrong time for Night Stretcher. I don't know why I thought Magmortar was KO'd before. It was not. That's good. Well, I'll pull a Latias out. I'm misplaying left and right. I think it's just an off day today. You know, it's just, and we bring this guy to the active. I need a KO their active, and I need to go Iono this turn. I know they have an energy in their hand. There's no way they don't. So I have to hope they just can't Vessel. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. There's a single prize Pokemon in the active. But, I mean, if they go Kyurem and I don't get, like, Charms and stuff, I'm cooked. And, yeah, I don't. Luckily, I do get a Magmortar, though, which does feel kind of nice. Just to have on the bench, just in case. And then we go Searing Flame for 90. Flip 17 coins because Searing Flame works and the burn works. Yeah, that's okay. The first flip was from Searing Flame, so it doesn't matter if they flip tails off the burn because they get KO'd, and they don't even flip a coin for that because it's KO, so that's fine. I hopefully just got rid of the energy from their hand. I mean, they luckily don't get access to Fez still. I still took a KO from burn. So they've got a 5-card hand unless they get a Clairvoyant Sense and a Kyurem on the top deck, which is a lot. I mean, that's a lot of pieces of a puzzle to need. And I've got another Iono. But if they pull off the Kyurem play, like, they just win. They just take out Latias and Volcanion. And there's nothing I could do about that. What would be huge is if I could top deck Penny, because then I could pick up Volcanion, put the Charm on Latias so it gets over 110 HP, and then I could re-bench Volcanion. Because then it'll just be good to go. And they go Squawk because it's got a pivot, but that's nice because if they don't get exactly what they need in their hand, they can't use Attract Customers. I'm surprised they actually didn't give me Tatsugiri here. They got Buddy Buddy Poffin to shuffle up their deck. They're going to try to redraw into that energy at some point, which is fine. If I could even top deck Boss and just go for a KO on their Slowking, that would be great as well. And they get a Natu down. Okay, yeah. If I get the Slowking, there's nothing my opponent can do for sure. And they got Ultra Ball. Oh my god, they're bringing their hand down to nothing. Well, now I'm not gonna Iono. I'm just gonna let you sit on this for a little bit. And I'm hopefully gonna get Boss's orders. They got Regigigas. Okay. All right. I mean, hey, it's not a bad Pokemon. You got a Night Stretcher for Kyurem. Now I think I go Iono. No, you got a Night Stretcher for Energy. So you can Clairvoyant Sense. Smart, smart, smart. You don't have guaranteed Kyurem, though. You need another Night Stretcher to get that out of the discard pile, or just Kyurem. I mean, I know if you retreat into Slowking right now, you got it. If you don't, you might leave Squawk in the active. I could also see you retreat into Tatsugiri just to get a supporter for next turn. And depending on what that supporter is, I 100% go Iono here. It's a Jet to Tatsugiri. Wow. Forgot about those Jet energies. You definitely play 4 of those, and I haven't seen 4 yet. That's my second one. But there's also 2 reversal. Maybe you don't play 4 Jet. Maybe. I don't know what's going on. You got research. Of course you do. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? But you can't retreat. And you played Jet, so the Slowking might be stuck. You got Night Stretcher. Do you have a pivot? Do you have a switch in hand? If you don't, you lose. Nope, you didn't retreat. What? You jetted. All right, we scoop here. We just accept. That was a horrendous showing. I don't think I've gone 0-3 on a video in a very long time. And I'm very upset that I did. Dan, in the beginning I was really hoping that you might be watching this, because that would be awesome to be like, hey, look, I'm playing your deck. It's super cool. I'm doing great. And I am now so embarrassed, and I hope you don't ever see this. Because that was an abysmal performance with it. I mean, did I misplay a couple times? Yes, absolutely. Still go 0-3? That's bad. That's bad. Well, I apologize. Sorry today didn't go as great as I'm sure people are hoping when they clicked on this video. But, I mean, it's a fun deck nonetheless. Yeah, give it a go. Shout out Dan for making day 2 with it. Seriously, shout out Dan for making a day 2 with it, because after this, that is a feat like no other. And yeah, with that being said, hope you guys are doing awesome. Stay epic. Peace.